Hello, hello, welcome back. I'm joined right now by the four-time MDI champion, Gingi of Echo. Welcome and congratulations on the big win.
Thank you, and that's a pretty crazy title, isn't it? 4 times, I can't even believe it myself. Like, unreal.
Yeah, I mean, look behind you, though. I mean, you have your medals behind you. You have your BlizzCon trophy behind you. You're going to add another one as well to the table. I mean, it's got to just feel so insane for your team when you're constantly the ones who have the targets on your back that everybody wants to beat.
That's true. I mean, I love my trophies, and it's amazing that I can add one to the collection. But like you said, it's crazy. I think the loss that we had in our cup, because we didn't come in very good seeding, and this tournament was kind of crazy in terms of like
That was called you an underdog.
What?
I mean, called you the dark horse.
I mean, based on our performance in that cup, I would probably call us an underdog or dark horse ourselves, because we're not happy with our performance in the last cup. But I think it was a very good time to lose, because everyone got, like, from the team, we kind of got a slap in the face, because what I see in our team usually is that if we win too much, then we kind of all of a sudden get a little bit too overconfident. It happened back in the day when we lost our first global finals in Sydney, but we had a really good season, flawless season. We pretty much won every single cup, and we steamrolled through the global finals as well, 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, and then the grand finals, we got absolutely slapped 3-0 in the final. And you know that can happen, especially in the MDI. One slip up, one mistake, one off day, and then you're out. But the tournament this season, I think the competition level has never been higher. So I'm super proud of my team. They just played out of their minds, super consistent, very, very few mistakes across the whole board. I don't think we had that many deaths at all. Of course, there's always some pulls you can go back and, miss the stun there, or a skirmish disengaged out or whatever, and the pull is not as clean as it used to be. But it was very few mistakes across the whole team. So I'm super happy with how we performed.
Yeah, and I remember in Sydney, the day of the finals, you were talking about, we just had like a terrible practice day. We weren't feeling great. But now you have a sixth man on the team. You've got Miraz, who's acting as that sixth man for your squad. Is that changing around any of your practice or making things easier for you?
Yes. I mean, Miraz is, of course, is a super great player. But one of Miraz's really, really good skill sets is how much game knowledge he has, how good he is at analyzing, coming up with strategies, very similar to Scribe in that regard, our raid leader. And he has, I mean, it's very hard to find a coach who has really, really in-depth information and knowledge in MDI that can come in and coach a team for us, right? That has the same experience as us and wants to do it. So it was super helpful to have Miraz do it. Clicks is a great mechanical player. He came in, he took the DPS roles that Miraz usually has, blasting on the Monk, the Shadow Priest, even some Warlock in the halls that unfortunately didn't go so well. We lost that twice. But it was super good to have Miraz outside, 100%. We just had way more efficient practice. We made changes to the routes, like, having someone on the outside being able to analyze logs, being able to analyze timestamps, between like different comps that we try out, different routes that we try out, optimizing cooldown timings throughout the keys, things like that. You need to take a break as a player if you're a 5-man team in order to do that. But having some being able to look at those things from the outside as we're playing just speeds up the efficiency of our practice, so we can get really, really good quality practice in when we're preparing for the tournaments.
Yeah, we had the player cam, of course, from Miraz as he was talking and commentating to you guys during your play. Now, Nagura and Zyro were specifically looking at that smile on Miraz's face when he said, "Hey, guys, Aster wiped." What was it exactly that he was saying to you guys, and what did you do? What did you respond with?
He said, "Guys, they wiped on the first boss. We got this. Don't do anything weird. Just do as we practiced. But we got this." So it was like a relief kind of thing. But like always, we just do what we practice. We don't really like the idea of like going and do a different route or a different poll. Like we've done these polls so many times when we prepare for globals, so we're pretty confident in them. Otherwise, we wouldn't go into a cup play with them. But in this case, we took a little bit extra seconds. For example, we were a little bit fast on the third boss Inspires, for example. We just took the extra 5 to 10 seconds because Ashen and Suin was a little bit delayed, so that we had them earlier on the 3 angels upstairs, for example. Things like that, we can take a little breather. But besides that, we just do what we've practiced always.
And now with this season, it's been a really weird experience that you're not playing every single week in regular cup play to lead up to the global finals. And coming in second place, you're kind of talking about having, the bit of that overconfidence coming into it. What was it about that cup that you maybe were surprised by not coming in first place?
Well, I think we were just a little bit slacking in terms of our practice, I would say. And then we didn't really meet up and we didn't play our best, right? We had some devs who had some sloppy mistakes. Of course, I would say the Sanguine Depths final there where we missed the count. That was a very unfortunate one, as you might have seen on my reaction. I was not very happy.
Yeah.
That's for sure. It's not a funny way to lose, that's for sure. But I would also say that that cup, we had one of our players, he was on vacation, so we kind of lost 3 days of practice. I wouldn't say that's why, but we weren't as, we were looking at the cup and we kind of like had a little bit too easy mindset. Yeah, it's going to work out. We're just going to blast it. And that slapped us in the face, that mindset straight away. You can't just take it easy at all, because like you said yourself, there's tons of amazing teams and the competition gets better and better every single season. And then they're always there breathing on our, behind our necks, and the one mistake and you can lose to any team. So I think it was a good timed loss that we had it there, because it could easily have happened in the global finals.
It could have, yeah. And let's talk about like some of the emotional toll. I mean, you're no stranger to it, and none of your teammates are, when you're rating in the world first and you're just clumped in a room with 20, 25 people and you have to work together constantly. How did it feel seeing your reaction as well on player cams to your loss in cup play? And now you're just vindicated. You're just redeemed as you take that victory today.
Well, I'm a very emotional player. I think in order to be good at anything, whether it's gaming or whatever other passion you have, if you don't have emotion with it, if you don't care about it, well, then you're most likely not gonna become good at it. And of course, I'm very invested in this game, like a lot of us out there. Yeah. I'm playing it for many, many years, and I'm a very competitive person. So I take loss very, very badly, I would say. But that also gives me that drive and urge to win that much more. So that's kind of how I feel.
Yeah. Now, last one I'm going to throw at you. Who on your team is the worst about getting up in the morning for practice? I know the NA teams are constantly saying they have to call each other and everything to wake them up. Who's the worst on Echo?
Well, we have 2 actually. They kind of rotate. And there's the Swedish duo. It's Now and Fragnance. Like I think 2 times, Fragnance during practice, he took his the alarm was ringing, and then he pressed it on snooze, and then he was 1 hour late for practice, and he did that 2 times. Now it's not like super late, but he's consistently late, 15 to 20 minutes every single day. So it's like
every time.
What do you dislike most? It came to the point that we actually set up practice time 30 minutes before we actually want to play, just to account for them being late.
Oh my goodness! You just got to be able to outsmart them. And who's the one who usually calls it? Is it Mirez? Who gives them the phone call?
I call them usually.
Okay.
and sometimes
any last...
enough. Yeah, I said sometimes it's not enough with a WhatsApp. Sometimes I had to call them, I call them on Messenger, call them on WhatsApp, call them on their phone line, I call them on Snapchat. I tried to call them on 4 or 5 different apps just to hope that they pick up. And for some reason Fragnance always picks up on Snapchat. I don't know what the hell. He's like, maybe that the ringtone that comes from Snapchat, that triggers his brain to wake up, maybe. I don't know why.
Something like that. Any last shout-outs before we close?
Yeah, of course. I want to give a huge shout out to my team, of course, for always being so amazing. I mean, it's a team effort, and I'm just so proud to be a part of a team like that plays so awesome every single time. Of course, I also want to give a shout out to everyone who's been watching the MDIs, everyone who supported us. Thank you so much. It really means a lot, and thank you for Blizzard for hosting the tournament, and it's always great to be a part of it. So thank you.
Yeah. It's not the same without you guys, so thank you so much, and congratulations. Enjoy your win. Those got Gingi from Echo, our 4-time MDI champions. Man, that feels good to say.
Yeah, let's go.
There we go. So yeah, have a great rest of your night.
Thank you so much. You too. Bye, guys.
There we go.